Do you know what surprises? It doesn't actually surprise me. When you ask people, put your hand up in the room if you are running paid ads right now.
Imagine every time you jumped in the car was a leap of faith.
I reckon 99% of people wouldn't even know what their traffic is doing on their website.
You got to look at it from both sides, right? It's not a fucking button, dude. Like there's no, you know what I mean? You want to learn how to use the interface? Watch a YouTube video.
I had so many companies that were marketing companies that I dealt with, not running their own ads. And I'm like, man, how could you be telling me to run my ads and you don't run ads?
It's not me versus you, dude. It's me and you versus the world.
You know what surprises? It doesn't actually surprise me. Do you know what I see time in, time out, day in, day out, at every single event, and it's almost as certain as death and taxes. You know what it is?
What is it?
When you ask people, put your hand up in the room if you are running paid ads right now. And every single time, it's 95% of the room, hands down. And even the 5 that put their hands up, it's like, I boost my post. I put $30 and boost my post, and that's marketing.
Boosting's great.
Just do that and do not employ a marketer.
Humans are slow to adapt. Like
but
we are.
This is nothing new.
What, the
As
marketing?
in running
thing?
marketing campaigns.
I think most people who have big businesses market.
Yeah, but small businesses should not?
No, they're not aware of it. It's new information to them and we're slow to adapt. Speaking of adapting, I recently went to buy a Mac Mini.
Yes.
Yeah. So this whole thing around the AI thing and plugging it into Mac Mini, blah, blah, blah. And I went to buy one and I couldn't find one. Australia-wide. Dude, I could not find one. Yeah, I went to JB, went to Apple, went everywhere. And I was under the impression that I'd missed the boat. I was like, oh my God, like this has taken off and I've missed the boat. I can't believe it. But then I remembered people take long to adapt. They're not fast to make change.
Yeah.
And it turns out that Apple had reduced stock because they're upgrading it or something, and a couple had sold, but then Officeworks had one, so I was able to get one. Humans don't take action immediately. They don't. They are super, super, super slow, dude. I had a conversation with someone. I've had this conversation many times where people will sign up to a marketing service and then within like a short span, like they'll be like, hey, my SEO hasn't worked. And I'll be like, well, what do you mean? He'll be like, yeah, like it hasn't worked. I'm like, dude, you've been doing it for 4 weeks. Oh, you've been doing it for 4 months. No one ever said it's going to work within 4 months. But I think people don't understand what to look for. They don't understand the parameters that they need to measure to say, okay, cool. Like I haven't got the sale yet, but I can see things climbing or things tracking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, imagine if you had to train at the gym for 6 months before you actually lost weight. How many people train? Not many. And I think it's the delayed effect.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing with marketing. What I find is it's the disconnect from the money they invest to the unknown.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to put $10,000 in and they don't know if it's going to work. They don't give you 10K and then get something back straight away. It's not like, here's your money, there's the jobs. Thanks.
It's the delayed effect.
Delayed gratification, I guess. They don't get that back initially, and it's kind of a leap of faith, which I've also found because now I'm doing the coaching and mentoring stuff.
It's not a leap of faith. It's a leap of faith
from
because
their
you don't
perspective.
understand it.
Correct.
You're like, okay, I have to go and put my money into this thing and I'm definitely not going to make it back straight away. Like that's guaranteed. And I don't know what's happening. And it's like, well, of course, like that's like saying I'm going to drive and I'm going to blindfold myself and I don't know how to use the car. And yeah, this is a leap of faith. Imagine every time you jumped in the car was a leap of faith. Or you could jump in, learn what you're doing and then jump in and you're like, of course I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I understand everything. I understand all these numbers in front of me. I understand how much fuel I've got left. I understand how much I've driven, when it's due for a service. Because you understand. You get taught that.
Yeah.
You weren't born knowing that. Oh, that's a fuel gauge. Yeah, no, I knew that when I was 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like you got to learn what those metrics are. And it's like the lack of education around the thing, and then the lack of attribution, which is like tracking. Yeah, like most people don't know what's happening on their website. Most people don't know.
Oh, and hands up, I never knew. And even
Yeah,
right now,
but
like,
dude, there's points in where you have to learn it.
yeah,
You get to a point where you're like, okay, cool. Like now I can start to see my website traffic is increasing. Okay, this is headed in the right direction.
yeah. I reckon 99% of people wouldn't even know what their traffic is doing on their website.
Yeah, no idea.
Yeah, no idea. And or would they know how to see it or find it or anything like that?
Yeah.
And admittedly, when I started my business, I don't fucking know.
But everyone
Google
starts
sends
there.
me a report every month and says, "Oh, you got 20% more people asked for directions to your shop." I'm like, "Oh, where the fuck are they? I haven't seen them walking through the door." You know, so that's the only metrics I would ever see for the longest time until I gave everything to yourself, and now you send me monthly reports that I also don't read. So I just,
Dude,
but I pay the way I see it. Like I'm paying, I trust you wholeheartedly to do it for me. So I pay you to match
You
that.
should still understand.
Of course, and I do.
and you
Like
do,
I
yeah.
say, I don't. When I say I don't read it, I skim through it, and I'll ask a question if I have a question. I just send it to Just, what's that mean? What's this mean? And he's like, yeah, this. I'm like, oh, cool. But what makes a good marketing company or a good marketer, and what makes a bad one? Because before yourself, I tried other marketing companies, and they didn't really deliver. You know, what is it? What's the determining factor? Because you're talking about that trust in this person, and it's like every business owner says that, "Oh, I tried them, that didn't work," or marketing doesn't work, I tried it once. And they're trying to market or get a project. Let's just use construction, for example. Trying to win a project with a $500 ad spend for 6 months, or $100 a month, or $500 a month. Or it's just a really small amount is what I'm getting at. So what makes a good marketing company and what makes a bad one? What would you like? Okay, I'm George. I've never marketed before, but I know I need to do it. Robbie, what should I be looking for in a marketing company?
You know, I think I reckon most of the business we win because people say, like, I don't promise. Like, I don't sit there. Like, I think most people in this space, especially, there's no barrier to entry. A kid can run an ad.
Yeah.
He just needs a debit card. Maybe not in Australia. Maybe he's got to be over 16 in Australia. But a kid can run an ad. You don't have to show age verification. You don't have to show that you're over 18. You don't have to show that you're an adult. You don't have to, nothing. You don't even have to verify the bank card you put on. Most of the time, clients give us the card and we add it to their account.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you don't have to do any of that. All you need to do is be able to log onto a computer and have access to a card. And you can run ads. So the barrier to entry is super, super, super low. Right? Like, super low. There's almost nothing stopping you.
Yep.
And I think when you have a workspace like that and people can enter here, and most people on the other side, so there's the suppliers and the consumers, right?
Yep.
If the suppliers don't have to have great knowledge, they can enter. They don't have to be qualified. They don't have to have done anything. And the consumers tend to have no idea. They go with the cheapest person. They end up getting burnt, right? Because the person says, I'll do your SEO for $300 a month.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, what are they doing for $300 a month?
Yeah. And I'd probably
Like,
get
what?
400 emails like that every day.
Yeah, but like, what are they doing? Like, this is where I think business owners should take responsibility.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, they fucked me. It's like, no, you gave your money to someone
Who was not qualified to do it.
And it's like, take some responsibility. And yes, can you be fucked by an agency? Yes. Yes, you can.
Dude, you can be
100%.
You can be fucked by your florist. Like anyone can take advantage of you.
The florists take advantage of you.
If I'm lucky.
Yeah, but I think like you got to look at it from both sides, right? And then people come in and they don't understand business, dude. Or they're like people who might have some level of understanding of business, think that the social platform has you know the buttons to press. It's like, it's not a fucking button, dude. Like, there's no, you know what I mean? You want to learn how to use the interface? Watch a YouTube video.
Yeah, it'll be there.
Yeah, it'll be there. Like, there is no silver bullet. There's no secret. And I think people are always looking for that, you know, and they come to you and they expect you to work something out for their business that they haven't even worked out. And they're like, oh yeah, can you come and, you know, oh yeah, you can get us leads. And I never guarantee leads. Did at one point, and then you just realize that you get the wrong kind of individual, you know. And as an agency owner, you want to work with people who are invested in their own business, dude. Not someone who's come into, I've had this conversation where I've had to say, hey, like, I'm on your team.
Yeah.
I'm not, like, it's not me versus you, dude. It's me and you versus the world.
Yep. And
Do you know
that
what I
was
mean?
my biggest beef with some previous marketing companies. They used to come to me and say, here's our ad strategy for you. Okay. And they're like, do this, we'll manage your ads for this much. This is your ad spend. This is that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, cool. Not once have I ever seen any of their ads. Like, are you running ads now? Oh, no, not at the moment. Like, what? Like, you're not practicing what you preach. I had so many companies that were marketing companies that I dealt with, not running their own ads. And I'm like, man, how could you be telling me to run my ads and you don't run ads? You believe in it so wholeheartedly and you believe you can get me the results and get more business for me when you can't do it for yourself or not doing it for yourself. So that was a barrier for myself when I was looking at to engage a marketing company.
Yeah, I think there's
And
a
I'm
couple.
sure they don't have to market 24/7.
Yeah, but there's a couple of different things you can look at there as well. It's like, what's the business model? Are you B2C? Are they B2B? Blah, blah, blah. It's like saying to me, oh, you can't run TikTok ads because you're not running TikTok ads right now. And it's like, well, TikTok ads might not work for you. They might work for you.
Yes.
But the individual has to be well informed.
Yeah, of
on
course.
both sides, like the agency side and the person who's engaging the agency.
Yeah. So why do you think there's some companies out there that could charge $10,000 a month to run someone's ad, and then there's a person out there that will do it for $500? So if you're saying there's no barrier to entry, is it possible for me to find a gun that's going to run my ads for $500 a month comparatively to someone that's going to run it for 10? Like, is there a difference between the two?
So can I give you a different example?
Mm-hmm.
We built websites.
Mm-hmm.
Our starting price for websites, $8,000. That's the starting price.
Yeah.
Okay. So anything we do is $8,000 plus. I had a conversation yesterday with a builder, building for 25 years, and he asked the same question. He said, all right. He's like, listen, he goes, everything you're saying makes sense. He goes, like, I completely understand. I agree. He goes, everything you said, logically, I agree with. There's nothing I disagree with. He goes, but can I ask you a question? I said, sure. He goes, that's your price. He goes, and that's your price, and that's fair. He goes, but can you tell me what's the difference between you and I've spoken to someone else and they can build a website for $1,500?
Yep. And such a good question.
Yeah. And I was like, of course. And I love to, I think one thing I've done really well, and tell me if I'm wrong, but I think I can speak to people in their language.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I don't talk marketing jargon.
No,
get
but
up
it's
on
not just, you're not, when I feel that when you have a conversation with someone, you don't pitch the sale, you tell it as it is. You're still selling, but you're saying it, you're doing it in a way that's, hey, as you said, I'm on your team. This is what I do. You like it or you don't.
So, hey, I'm a big fan of Alex Hormozy and all his work. Mm-hmm. I think the most valuable thing I've ever gotten from him is his sales handbook. Okay. And I think this is in his sales handbook, and he talks about how the job of the sale is not, your job of the sale is to help them make a decision. And sometimes that decision is not to buy your product. And that's okay. Like, you've done your job as a salesperson. If you go in and you're like, I need to close this, it's like, then you start like, you need something else. I'm like, nah, George, get the website, George. And it's like, no, that's a bad salesperson. Do you know what I mean? Selling ice to an Eskimo, you're not a good fucking human. A good salesperson helps the person make a decision, and they provide enough information, which is what most people need to make a decision. You provide them enough information, and then they decide whether it's right for them or not. And you help them make the decision.
Cool. So back to that question, 1,500 versus 8,000. Why am I not speaking to Hajib from Bangladesh for $1,500?
Hajib, it's a good bloke.
$1,500, mate. Why am I paying you $8,000?
Yeah, of course.
Is that because petrol's expensive in Victoria?
So I'll tell you what I said to him. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's all fuel related.
I'll tell you, everything is fuel related. I'll tell you what I said to him, exact words. And I said, are you always the cheapest builder? I said, can I ask you a question? He goes, yeah. I said, are you always the cheapest builder when you put in for a tender? And he goes, no. And I said, okay. I said, so the difference between you and the cheapest builder, how does that person make the price cheaper? He goes, he's not doing the same thing I'm doing. I said, yeah. I said, but from the outside, if I look at the building, We look the same, right?
Yeah, I'm got 2 prices. I want this. These are the plans. Build it for me.
Yeah, and I said, but from the outside, I'm probably not going to notice the things that he cut out. Like he might have done something outside of compliance or used a shitter cut of timber or a shitter steel, whatever it is. Like I'm not a builder. You know how to cut corners. Not you.
Yeah.
I was talking to him. You know how to cut corners in that space. I was like, and people do. I said, this is the exact same thing, man. I said, but here's the thing. I use houses, so I know buildings better than you know websites. And I'm telling you that they would be able to hide shit from me. I said, so how much shit are these people going to hide from you? I said, we've got an itemized breakdown of what we include. Here's everything. Ask them if they're doing everything included in here.
Yeah.
Like, and are you actually comparing apples with apples?
And it's just education, though.
It is.
It's education. People don't know. And until you sit down and educate them, like that's part of your, as you said, it's part of your sales responsibility. When you're selling to someone is to give them the information. You can't make the decision for them, but you have to give them the information so they can make an informed decision.
Yeah.
And and that's why I always encourage when I'm putting an offer forward to someone, say, here, compare my price to someone else. Like, here's all my inclusions. I promise you they haven't allowed for all this stuff. I know they haven't. I can tell with their pricing. So, yeah, that's exactly, I think that's where you have to educate the person on going, because if you just said websites are $8,000, like you'd lose more than you win.
Of course, you haven't built up the value.
That's right. You haven't shown them the value in exactly what you're doing. And that's
like,
what's different.
If I'm comparing apples with apples here, this is $8,000, this is $2,000. How do I get value as a consumer?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the cheaper person.
Yeah, exactly.
Get the same product.
And that could be, and don't get me wrong, my very first website I built myself on Squarespace, and it looked good. Like visually, it was a good looking website. It had its tabs, it had the pages, it had called out, like, get in touch with us, all that sort of shit. But was it a high converting website? No, it was a billboard in the desert. It wasn't encouraging traffic. It didn't have a whole range of things, pixels in it and shit like that, which I didn't even, like I was learning as I was going. And I didn't understand what they were and how they worked. And you had to link it to Facebook and Instagram and Google and all this sort of shit. And as a result, someone searched Melbourne home builder or luxury home or architectural home builder Melbourne, I was on the 483rd page.
Yeah, that's where websites go to die.
That's it. And that's where I was.
Yeah, but it's like there's two sides to it, dude. Yes, okay, there's people who make all these promises, but I think there's people who make promises in every industry. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not defending these people who make all these promises, but the other side is like, how do you, as a business owner, how do you take responsibility for it? Do you know what I mean? How do you? I almost never speak to someone who hasn't been burnt.
By a marketing company?
Yeah. No, as in by a marketing company.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, well, no, we worked with so-and-so, they fucked us.
Look, I wouldn't say I've been burnt. I just would say I haven't had the desired result.
When I say burnt, people are like, they've spent money, haven't gotten what they wanted.
Yeah.
That's a burn.
Yeah, okay. Then that's happened to me then, if that's your definition of.
I think, well, it's kind of, you're probably so far away from it now because it's been so long.
Yeah.
But I think at the time you would have been fucking shitty.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. You'd have been like, fuck these guys, man. What the hell? Like, what have I paid for here?
Oh, actually, no. I know a company.
Okay.
And so do you.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right. And you'd be like, what the fuck have I paid for here? Like, I've just spent $10,000, $15,000, $20,000.
I remember I spent $20,000 with this company.
And you're like, what is happening
plus
here?
ad spend. So it's $20,000 plus ad spend.
Yeah.
So I was paying them $5,000 a month, their best package they had, plus ad spend. And they were getting me like architectural home builder, luxury homes. That's my niche. And I was getting people from the outer suburbs of Melbourne calling me up saying, oh, can you build a $300,000 home for me? And I was getting like 50 inquiries a day. And I call them up. I say, oi, like I'm sick of calling all these, because I called everyone too. Like I don't care what their name was, what area that I'd called them. Hey, what are you just following up on your ad? You inquired. Half the people were like, oh, I didn't inquire. I'm like, okay, your name, email, and mobile number magically appeared on my fucking contact list.
That's a very common thing though.
Yeah, or maybe their friend did it, or maybe the marketing agency did it just to show they're getting inquiries.
No.
But I called them up and I said, hey, like, what the fuck are you doing? I go, these inquiries are not what I want. This isn't what I'm paying you for. And I'm like, this is what I build. Like, you know what I want and where my website is and what the types of homes we do and all that sort of stuff. And like, oh yeah, but well, that's going to get you less inquiries. And I'm like, Fucking obviously.
Yeah,
Like,
hopefully.
I'd rather have 10 inquiries that are quality than literally the 150 you've gotten me this week that I wouldn't wipe my ass with.
Yeah, it's like you're wasting my time now.
That's
You're
exactly
wasting my time
what
and
it
my money.
was. That's exactly what it was. And I committed to him for the time, and yeah, it was.
But so
it was
obviously-
it was just shit.
So you had an experience prior to that that's obviously made you believe in the
Their
act
product?
of marketing.
Oh yeah,
No, not
yeah, yeah.
necessarily that person. I'm saying like marketing in general. Like you need to be sold on. I had this conversation with a client the other day, and I said, "Hey man, one of two things is gonna." He was getting impatient with results.
Yeah.
On like, it's one of those things where you want to laugh at it, but you're like, also like, I understand your frustration, but also like you're not being realistic here with the with the outcome. And he's like 4 months in SEO, getting super impatient. And I said, listen, man. And he's like, Robbie, I believe, like, I believe you are the person for this. Like, I don't believe it's someone else. I believe you guys, you're professional. Everything to date has been amazing, blah, blah, blah. And I said, listen, one of two things happens here, man. You either lose faith in the service. So you start to think, okay, this cannot work for me, or you lose faith in the person and you start to think you're not the person that can do it for me. Right? You were obviously at that point already sold on the idea of marketing. Do you know what it was that, because I think most people are not sold on the idea. Oh, nah, marketing, nah,
Yeah.
why would we do that? Which is great because it's like such opportunity.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
And this is where it's so powerful when like you're presenting on stage and showing people the opportunity and educating them. Because when I say that when I'm on stage, I said, Robbie does something different that most marketers don't do. He educates. He actually shows you how it works and why it works and the way you should go about doing things. It's
Dude,
not
and
just
it's like the stuff I share is like so surface level.
high level. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like so like I'm gonna show you the basics here. And you see everyone and they're like, oh,
Wow.
yeah. And it's like, dude, the first time we did the event, I went too deep and lost everyone.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, I was trying to explain. My thing was like, I want you guys to win. And I'm going to give you the real good stuff. And I spoke to them to something that could go in action straight away. And I think it just went straight over everyone's head because I was like selling them on level 3 of this thing. And they don't even know if they want level 1 yet.
Yeah.
So do you know, was there a definitive moment? You know, what was it that made you think, you know what,
Well,
like, I do need to market?
Well, I was actually at a 2 or 3 day event on marketing as well. So I suppose there was already that pain point for me to get to that room. Yeah, that's right. Oh, look, I always knew it would work. I just needed to find the right person to make it work. I think that's what it was for me. I just wasn't confident in and perhaps it was the people that I was using before that not getting me the results. And then you see other companies like bigger organizations doing it and getting results. And you see the testimonials and the people that are killing it and crushing it. I'm like, well, why can't I do that? I have a very good product. I have a very good service. That should be me. And it was just a matter of going, well, I've got to keep it a go. I just realized it was a business thing I had to do. I don't see it like, it's not necessarily an expense. Well, it's an investment because you should get an ROI.
It's 100%.
Yeah, like you're putting money in to make more money. It's not I'm putting money in because I'm just going to sit here and I've got to spend money on this business thing. It's not that at all. It's an investment.
The cost of marketing and sales is the cost you pay to acquire clients.
And here's the thing. Sometimes it's also very indirect too. As in you might do, and branding ties into marketing as well. I kind of see they're definitely related, all right? Brother and sister. I recently made a connection with some people who had been following my journey, who'd seen they'd seen me. They either seen me on ads, they've seen me on social platforms, they've seen the brand of the construction company, and as a result of that, connected with me and said, "Hey," there was a person who spoke to a developer. Right, he was a supplier. He said, "Hey, go check out this builder. I know their details. Here's their number. Give them a call. Set up a meeting." And they came here to our office. We had a meeting. They invited me into state, showed me their work, showed me their offices, showed me their projects. And as a result of that, I'm now looking at building projects for them interstate. Now, had I not invested in branding and in marketing, I guarantee that opportunity wouldn't have come. But I can't now turn around and say, because I spent $20,000 on SEO, I've now got that there. I now got that inquiry. It does, sometimes it's indirect as a result of the stuff that you're doing. It's not always, here's 20K, Robbie, get me 15 projects.
Yeah, that is what we call. So there's two sides to that. Yes, you're 100% right in saying that. Like, there are elements that you can't directly attribute,
But
you should get
it
elements
definitely influences and could be the main reason you're getting it.
100%, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone wants the silver bullet.
Yeah. But there's with everything, man. Think of fucking Ozempic.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Everyone, it's like, oh, everyone's not body, what's it called? When you're proud of your skin, the
Body shame, body proud.
body,
Body-
I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever it is. It's something with the body positivity, or I don't know.
Oh yeah,
know,
body
where
positivity.
Where
Yeah.
they're like, oh, no, I love my curves. Like, hang on, but just give me Ozempic because I want to lose those curves and be a skinny bitch. And it's like everyone wants the fucking shortcut. Everyone wants get rich quick. They're not willing to do the fucking push-ups ever. And I reckon you've got to almost squash that idea out of their head as well. Like when I do events, I make it clear, guys, so like this isn't, you're coming to this Builder Summit. I'm going to teach you how to scale your business. I'm going to teach you the things that I've done. But don't think you spending 6 hours with us, 8 hours with us, you're going to walk out of here and just become a multi-fucking millionaire. Could it happen? Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure there could be a person that turns around, implements the stuff, and wins 15 jobs.
Yeah, and probably has. So that the difference with that person is they would have 14 other factors
Yes.
that have fallen their way.
Yeah.
Oh, they've already been in business for 20 years.
Yeah,
they had
yeah.
the right potential for relationships. They just weren't leveraging them. They had the ability to launch ads straight away. They already had an established brand. They had, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. There would be
And then you
contributing factors.
So and so down the road who doesn't even have a website, sole trader, you know what I mean? Still paying tax through his ABN,
Yeah,
single, and expects the same result.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, there's other factors here.
And that's exactly right. I think you've got to get the expectation versus reality conversation out of the way really quickly.
Yeah, and then I feel like most people are not sold on the idea of marketing. I feel like especially in the construction space.
Yeah,
especially
I agree,
people
man.
who are
I agree.
doing less.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm so massive on that aspect of it. Like I want to invest a lot of time and money into it because it's returned every single time. Every single time. I've just went out today. This morning I met one of the guys on site and we put up some massive signs on one of our projects. Within the hour, we got text messages from people. Just ran, hey, see this site, see this, what a great site, blah, blah, blah. Within the hour, it's on a main road. Everyone's going to see it.
Yeah, it's like
and
no
it's
brainer.
like, yeah, no brainer. And it's like the money that I spent, it's irrelevant. Like I spent a couple grand on these signs and people are like, whoa, fuck, a couple grand. Mate, are you serious?
Site
How many
signage?
people are going to see that?
Yeah.
And that's one thing, funny enough, when I went to Adelaide, I drove past a lot of construction sites. Like none of them did it. There was just chain mesh fence and a little fucking Corflu sign at the front. That's it.
Telling you the HNS manager is.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, dude, you go there, and this is what I was saying, like I'll go there as a brand that I've established, go to the Adelaide space, for example, and just blow them away with things like, wow, a hoarding, what's that? Why are you building a timber hoarding? Like, shouldn't you just use chain mesh fence? Yeah, of course, amateurs can use that.
Yeah,
Right?
dude,
And you elevate yourself, and as a result of that, you end up demanding a better quality client. You end up making more money. You're perceived as this luxury product to a degree, or the desired product, let's say. And all you have to do is look at so many brands. Look at the high-end brands like Ferrari, go to Gucci, or anything that demands a higher price than the value of the product. You know what I mean? Why are people paying $5,000 for a bag from Gucci when you can go get the same one from Kmart?
association.
It's association. It's how that makes them feel. It's how they present themselves. I'm sure there's marketing aspects to that too. There are so many reasons why you should be investing in marketing and branding, yet people don't do it. And I find that the companies that do, the companies that really go, fuck it, we're going to go all out on this, I've seen it so many times where they just explode.
Yeah, dude.
They
It's like,
explode. It's not just, you'll win a couple of projects. It's everyone fucking knows who you are.
Yeah, and it all starts to have an on-flow effect. It's like all of a sudden it's like there's a tipping point.
Yes.
And then you're like, I had this, dude, I've had so many of these conversations with people, right? I think half it's psychological because half the time people do it, and I think this is the worst one where they get results and then they're like, whoa, stop. And you're like, dude, like you're stopping the thing that, but we're busy. Yeah, cool. Tell them you start the job in 6 months. Like you most of the time you don't even close them now.
Yeah.
But they're so focused on reducing expenses. They're like, no. Like, and it's like, that's mistake number one. The other one is I was having a conversation with someone who was doing SEO, still doing SEO. And they were at the 6 month mark. And 6 months is very early in a new SEO journey. And he's like, we haven't really had anything come through. And I said, yeah, like I haven't promised you anything. We've talked you through the process, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, but like, so then, if I got to get to month number 10, that means I've spent, $35,000, $40,000 for one lead. And he's like, what, do I have to pay $35,000 every time you get a lead? I said, no, it's taken you $35,000 to get to the point where you get one lead a month. I said, well, you don't understand. It's month 11, you get a lead. And month 12, you're going to get a lead. And all of a sudden now, that initial first step you took built onto something that's now feeding the machine. You know what I mean? But people don't, it's always looked at as an expense.
Yes, that's right.
Every single time.
Yeah.
So what would you say? What do you say to you guys who aren't, or, kind of haven't, they're not sold on it?
Well, I've actually got a training coming up on this as well, on branding and marketing. But going back to the story that my trip to Adelaide, as you said, it gets to a tipping point. From what I can see externally, I think I'm quite well known in the industry.
I would agree.
Yeah, I think most people know, if you're in construction, most people know who I am or of me. They've either seen my face on ads, they see what we do with the construction company. When I went to Adelaide, I went and saw this gentleman whom I've never met before in my life. He's probably worth 10 figures. 9 figures. Okay. Yeah, sorry, not 10.
So 100 mil plus.
Yeah. He's in the 100 mil plus barrier. I walk in there and the first thing he said, he goes, whoa, wow. He goes, can I get your signature? Movie star. I didn't know we had a movie star coming in today. And I start laughing. So obviously just based off the brand and the marketing that we'd done, he felt like he knew me, what we were about, everything we were doing. And he's like, I really want to get in with you. We see the projects you're doing. We love that sort of stuff. We'd love the opportunity to quote some of your work, all that sort of stuff. And I said, look, we might be coming down to Adelaide. He goes, oh, great. We'll support you in any way we can, all these sorts of things. Now, that didn't take me 3 weeks to build. As in my brand, my perception, the marketing, that's taken years. And I think people want the short-term win immediately and don't understand that it is a long-term game.
Yeah, you know what as well? Like you are obviously so sold on the whole aspect of it.
Yeah,
like
I am.
and I think people do this as well. They'll get amped up,
Yeah.
go try, fail,
Mhm.
and then say, nah, it doesn't work for us. Yeah. I think that happens a lot too.
Absolutely. It's like doing 10 push-ups and going, this weight loss, this building muscle doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's what you just did. When you say building brand doesn't work, you just fucking failed because you posted, even if you post 100 photos.
Yeah. Commit,
Big
mate,
deal.
commit.
Yeah, do
Commit.
it long term.
Dude, especially with content like that, because content's slow.
Yeah,
in the sense, like it's organic.
Yeah, it's
right?
organic. Absolutely.
I tell people all the time, like, hey man, like you want to do content, you can do it. But I said, but you need to commit. No, you don't have to commit to us, but you need to commit here. You got to say like, hey, I'm going to do this for a year, 2 years. You know, maybe I will not use Robbie. Maybe I'll use Robbie for 3 months and I won't like his services. That never happens. Maybe I'll use Robbie for 3 months and I don't like his services and I'll go somewhere else. But you need to commit to it mentally.
Yeah, that's where people fail. I remember I did a builder summit a few years ago, and I remember a specific gentleman. I can't remember his name, but I remember what he looks like. He was so amped up after we did our brand and marketing presentation. You did your marketing, I did my brand stuff, and then he immediately went out that next day and did his first ever video.
Harry.
I think it was him.
Yeah,
How funny.
The older fella.
Yeah, that's right. And then he created another video,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
he kept making videos. Now, after a little while, I stopped seeing his videos. So he's either stopped or I just don't see it in my threads anymore. But I don't actually think he's my point with that was he did it for a little bit, maybe got a bit of results, and maybe was pumped up because of the event and everything that we were doing. And then he stopped, and I haven't seen him since. So he's definitely stopped because I would see it.
Yeah,
I would see it. If he was creating enough content, I would see
stopped.
it. Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. I guarantee you stopped because if you were creating enough content at scale, it would come up on my feed because I'm a follower of yours. I'm always on the platform, so I would see it. And that's where people make the mistake. They start for a little bit, they give it a crack. I only got 4 likes this week. Obviously, this this social media thing doesn't work.
Yeah,
You know?
and it's too often, or they let a bad experience burn them twice.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, there can be some negativity around it as well when you start to create brands. So you're just going to be aware of what you're doing and what you're about. You're going to get people that don't like your opinions, that don't like what you are about. I've had people like that. I've blocked people because they'll come on and say stuff and go, whatever. Not because I care so much. It's more so I'm not spending ad money reaching those people. But you get people that are not going to like your message. Then you're going to get the opposite. You're going to get people that love your message and love everything you're about. But I ultimately, I don't love social media, and I've said that quite a few times, but I really don't. Now that I've been doing it for quite some time, and I don't think I was ever like that even in the early days before social media was a massive thing. I've never really loved it, and I think even more so now. It is a bit of a task and a bit of a job to do content and to film and effort and sit there and post and captions and hashtags and all that sort of shit. But I love it. I love what it does for my businesses. I love the reach that I could get by creating content. So the actual thing itself, it's like, okay, do you love running marathons? Do you love work like lifting heavy weights? Like it's hard, but that's the cost for you to get the result. If you want to have a 6-pack, you got to do the push-ups. So I see social media as the tool. Yes, I may not like it, but that's the tool I have to use. That's where eyeballs are. That's where people's attention is. And that's where you have to be. Like no one advertises in the yellow pages. No one. And if you are, stop.
Is it still around?
I don't even know. Maybe it's an online thing, but
Not a physical book.
nah. But that's the thing, right? Like you got to follow consumer attention. That's all it is. And one day it might not be Instagram. It might not be Facebook. It could be something else.
That will happen. That will happen.
Like exactly.
Yes.
Like it'll be something else where everyone is getting their information from. It might be a fucking computer chip in their wrist or in their brain, wherever it is. You get it inserted at birth. And that could be where you then need to be with all of your branding, with all of your marketing. That's where it has to be. Who knows? But for the time being, the social media platform is where it needs to be. And that's where you need to be if you're serious about being successful in any business whatsoever.
That's a very interesting concept, because if you think about the way we've consumed content, like we went from
Newspapers.
media, like just media in
that's
general.
it.
So that's what it
where
was.
we
Like
used
you
to-
wanted
we
to
used
control
the masses.
the masses. You controlled the media,
Mm.
and that's going to change.
Yeah. Because, well, it has already. Think about,
Was initially
before-
you controlled your tribe because they didn't have ways of communicating with other tribes.
Yeah.
Like you controlled your tribe. You know what I mean? It was kind of like the person who was like a political leader or like a hierarchical, like top of the hierarchy. That person had the most influence.
Yeah.
In their group of 60 people or whatever it was. They had like the tribe leader, and then it got bigger and bigger to the point where you couldn't reach all the people, so you started controlling the media. What's being printed, what's being announced, what's been going up on community boards. And then it went from that to like TV, internet, social media, and now AI.
yeah. Yeah, that's going to be soon. I think it'll get to the point of not knowing what to believe with AI.
Pretty there now.
Yeah. Like you see things come up and you're like, hang on, is that real? Like you almost have to ask yourself the question.
You can go and open the exact same story from two different sides of like, say, American news. Like you can go some I think, I don't know which one's which, maybe like CNN is like very left or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you can go to whatever the fuck's very right.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the Fox maybe, or maybe they're the same side. I'm not sure.
Whatever.
But you can open up the same story on both of them, and they both tell you the same story, and one will make it look like a bad thing, and one will make it look like a good thing.
Mm.
And you just sit there and you think,
It
you
could
guys
look
are
like
telling the
you could do
same
the war.
story.
Yeah, you could look at the war.
Yeah.
Some people might say this is the greatest thing America has ever done, going there, looking out for humanity, making sure Iran doesn't have nuclear bombs. And then you get the other side going, they're killing innocent people, we're horrible, they're this, they're that, they're tyrants, they're the real enemy. Both of them will tell a story.
Yeah, I think it's wild.
Mm. And this could be very much the algorithm and what I see, but it's like everyone's an expert now as well. And that was never the case back in the day. The person that you used to follow were your leaders, your politicians, religious leaders, someone of importance, royalty, or
It's because
experts like an Einstein, someone like that. Like you would go to those types of people to get your leadership or your inspiration, or if they told you something that was true. Now, Jenny running the cafe telling you how she took her business from 4 million to 5 million is an expert in running a business, is telling you this, like in any field, really. They could just love coffee and be an expert in coffee and just tell you all the different types of beans. So I'm finding now that that's what social media has really opened up. Anyone can be a leader. Anyone can be a thought leader. Anyone can tell their story and sell a product and build a business and create success for themselves.
But social media's changed too.
Yeah, I think it evolves almost yearly. Like I think almost every year there's
You don't
different
see
aspect of
posts
it.
from the people you follow anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
You see posts from what you watch.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if you go and you watch, you can follow, like, just to give the most simplest example, you can follow a bunch of white men, and if you only watch black women, you will not see any posts of white men. You'll only see posts of black women. Like that's just the way the algorithm works. It's not interested in showing you who you're following anymore. It's interested in showing you what you watch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I saw someone, might have been Gary Vee, and made this whole video about how we've gone from social media to interest media.
Yeah.
And it's got nothing to do
That
with
makes so true. That makes so much sense now. Now that you say it, interest media, it's so true.
Yeah, it's like it's got nothing to do with who you know anymore.
Yeah.
And it's purely based on what you like to watch. And no matter what you watch, you will see more of it.
Yeah.
And there's an element of that that's dangerous too.
Yeah, I agree. And that's what's made me question a lot of my views and beliefs these days, especially when it comes to the social media stuff. Just to be open-minded about the other side of things too. Now, I think you even brought it up to me because, as I said, I'm seeing a lot of right-winged political videos on my feed, and that's what I'm watching it though. I'm like, yeah, that fucking makes sense. It's true. That's right. You can't be a baby panda. Like I'll see whatever it is.
Baby
I don't know,
panda.
it's the first thing that came to my mind. That's how someone wants to identify.
On that, just a very quick side note. Have you seen the White House's TikTok channel?
I think I have, yeah.
Do you have TikTok on your phone?
Yes.
Bring it up. I think you're going to freak. If you haven't actually gone and viewed the videos, and for those of you listening to this, I'm talking about the White House channel.
Mario movie ad?
Nah, but
What's it called? White House?
yeah, the White House. The big White House that Donald Trump.
Yeah, my algorithm's going to
Claims
be all
the same.
fucked up.
Nah, dude, it is. It's wild that this is run by a government organization.
Yeah, right. It's just going to be all Trump positive stuff.
Put it closer to the mic.
It's just American eagles flying and just Trump. But yeah, the music sounds like, oh shit. Black Hawk helicopter in front of White House.
Go again. 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 Again.
There's been a lot of launches.
Again. Again. What date is it?
Hang on, that's kind of 44 days ago.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
This is such a...
There's a particular post I'm looking for.
One of your legacy items has been freeing hostages
Ah,
all
keep
over the
going.
world.
We're thrilled.
Keep going. Keep going.
There may be a
Keep going.
I think that's unfortunate.
Go down.
Down. Yeah. So now it's got movie skits here.
What's happening? What's wrong with you people? You can do it.
Anything, boys.
This is on the White House, the most powerful fucking.
This is what, dude.
Yes, you can.
Just, you know.
I just still don't know what the point of
I
this
don't know
video
what
is
the point
yet.
is, but there's ones where they're like, dude, they're showing like bombing Iran, and it's got like it's fully memed. Like it is wild.
Yeah, but
Wild that it's run by professional.
that
organizations.
that just then says the White House.
Show
It
me?
just says you can do it.
Can I
It's
see
just,
the feed? Can you open up the feed?
yeah, but that's very comical and American-esque. But, that's what people want to see too. They want to be entertained. It's not just about sharing information.
That's not it. Yeah, this.
So they blow it up.
Maybe one after that.
We're going to also. Oh, great, man.
I don't know. I can't find it. But someone sent it to me. And it's like, imagine a meme you would have your social media manager create. And you'd be like,
Yeah.
is this going to hurt our company if we post it?
But they're just like,
and they're
let's
like
fucking
just
go.
hammering it, dude. It's great.
Yeah,
It's
funny.
it's very questionable.
Yeah.
It really is. But yeah. That's the power of marketing, I guess. You're controlling the narrative, you're controlling the message. So in saying that, George, there'll be a bunch of people listening to this saying, psh, psh.
Yeah, keep doing it.
Yeah.
Keep doing that.
But like, what would you say to someone like, well, why should they do something about
No, don't.
it?
Don't. No, I'm serious. Don't do marketing. You should definitely, if you're listening to this and you're thinking about doing marketing, especially if you're a builder, don't do it. Because
not.
I will do it and I will get all of your business and I will build everything in the state whilst you're waiting for a referral from that architect or that person or that friend or whatever it might be. I'm going to actively go out and strategically target the ideal client and make the most amount of money, and then you can have all the scraps. So don't do it. But for those of you that want to do it, you've got to find. I think you just got to reach out to the right agency. It's like with anything.
You got to get good at searching the agency.
Yeah,
Like, are they good?
If you are in construction, like you're not just going to go with the first plumber that comes through the door. You're going to vet them.
Yes, very
You're
much the
going to go,
same.
hey, are you a
100%.
good plumber?
It's a supplier, dude.
Show me some of your work that you've done. Who have you worked for? What results have you got? What's your team look like? Ask some basic business fucking questions. Be curious about what they do. Get them to show you and prove to you that they are the best marketing agency for your style of business. All right. Now, Robbie
100%.
might not be the best marketing company for
A florist.
a florist,
A
even though he'd fucking
I'd
crush
fucking
it.
crush
They would sell so
be
many
fucking
flowers.
lilies
Every
everywhere.
day would be fucking Valentine's Day. Every day, right? He would be so good at it. He'll make a new day
Yeah.
for selling flowers.
It would crush Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
The new day would absolutely destroy it.
exactly.
People-
Exactly.
people forget
will
about
forget.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it'll be Robbie
Valentine's Day
Robbie
would be the day you don't buy flowers. So, no, but
So-
like, do you know what I mean? Like, what's going to be the convincing thing that's going to allow
Yeah.
them to, it's like, how do they get over the fear? Because I always say,
it's
when
a
you see
risk.
it work, once you see it work,
Yep.
you will not stop.
Yep.
But you have to see it work.
Yes. Here's the thing with business: everything is a risk. Okay, it is an investment. All investments are risky. Yeah, there is an element of risk. You're giving over money. You don't know what the end result's going to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a delayed.
That's it. There is a delay there, and you don't know if it's going to be worth it. Maybe you only get a 4% return. Maybe you get a 400% return. Who knows? You don't know those things. You've got to take the leap of faith. You've got to take the risk, or the calculated risk, because as I said, you're going to do your due diligence and see if this person is the right person for you, and look at your budget. How much can you afford to spend? How much can you afford? And speak to them. Say, listen, I've got 20K. I've got 20 grand. What can that do for me? And you might turn around and say, hey, I can do a really strong 3-month campaign for you for that much money. Or if you want to take it, might be a bit longer, might do this, might do that, whatever it might be. Or you could say, listen, find me 40K and we'll do we'll do it for 5 months, but it's going to be great. Whatever.
Yeah.
Figure out how much you need before you go in and invest, as you would with any investment. Find the right people to work with, as you would with anything you're going to do in business. And if you don't like taking the risk, if you don't want to take that risk and be brave and do all of those things that you need to be doing, then go and work for someone. Don't be in business. That's what business is all about. It's about taking risks. It's about doing things that no one else is doing. You've already taken that first leap, being getting into business in the first place, right? Because you could have very easily gone and got a job somewhere. Most business owners tend to be good at what they do. So that's why they start a business thinking, I'm going to go out there and crush it. So you've already taken a risk. Now it's just every single day thereafter is about taking calculated risks to grow your business.
Yeah, and I think working out, like, get educated, like, understand what it is you're buying into.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Because, like, most of the time you just got to break the belief. Oh, this doesn't work for me. It's like, well, is there another builder, carpenter, plumber that's doing that thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there is. Okay, so it works. Why doesn't it work for you? Do you know what I mean? Like, if they can do it, why can't you do it? Do you know what I mean? Breaking that mental barrier. And then it's about, another big part of it as well is the way the person handles the interaction. Like, get educated at sales.
Yes. Yeah, I'm so glad you said that, because you can get the inquiries to come in.
Yeah, like
but they've got to be able to sell. They've got to be able to close the inquiry coming through the door, because you've had that in the past too, where they're like, oh, I got this person come in. It's like, okay, when did you call them? Oh, I called them. I'll call them next week. That's all right. I don't want to bother them now. It's, 3:30 on a Thursday.
And they're gone.
It's like, what?
By that point.
All right, I've already sold, like, George has already called them 4 times
Speed
and sent
lead.
them emails, and they're part of the CRM, and he's
feel like-
already met their dog. Like, his dog, like, everything's there. Like, fuck, you've lost the job now.
I've been drilling that so hard.
Yeah, I think
that people are coming to me now and being like, hey, I now call people quicker because of you.
Yeah. Best, you know what?
it's like,
Marketing,
that's great.
marketing and business advice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's great. Another thing, dude, speed to lead is one thing, but like how you handle the call. And I'll share a real life example that we set up phone tracking with our clients, etc. So, and if the client opts in, we can record the calls, and I highly recommend it because then we can coach them. If something's going wrong, we can coach them. Hey, the leads are shit. Okay, can we listen to the calls? Let's hear how they're going, blah, blah, blah. Work out, are they shit leads? If they are, we'll make some adjustments. And I had a client, lovely guy. Yeah, really nice guy. But you could tell he was at a stage in his business where he was just going through it. Like he was not it was just a slog. And he gets a call, hello. Hey mate, I want to inquire about, and they're running Google ads, so they're paying for these leads. Like they're paying for these calls to come through. Hey mate, I just want to inquire about a bathroom renovation. How much does a bathroom renovation cost? Bathroom, you're looking at anywhere from 50K plus. How are these other guys doing it for 30K? Oh, I don't know, mate. They're probably cutting corners or not giving you insurance. Really? Yeah, it's got to be. All right, no worries. Thanks, mate. Bye. Hangs up. And I'm like, dude, didn't you want bathroom renos? And he goes, yeah, but he doesn't have the budget. I was like, how do you know? Like the way you handle, what if he's in the right area?
Yeah.
What if his bathroom is so tiny that I can actually make this work for 30K?
Yeah.
Or what if he's got like 10 bathrooms lined up? Or like you weren't even willing to engage in a conversation.
Yeah, that's it. He was an inconvenience.
You instantly disqualified this person. I said, dude, pull some money out of your wallet now and just set the thing on fire. Because that's what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the wrong way to, and then he pulled his act together. Like, you're right. Thanks for pulling me up, blah, blah, blah. And that's the advantage of having someone on your side that can record the calls, set up tracking, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, man, it was like completely, that person could have been ready to go. Just needed to be coerced into paying a little bit more or educated. I had no idea.
Educated, that's all it was. Because he sounded like he had no idea. He's like, I've got a bathroom. I want to fix it, but how much is it going to cost?
Yeah.
Like the conversation should have gone, well, there's a lot of factors that can determine the price of your bathroom.
It's like hold on, did you expect him to know?
Yeah.
So you're disappointed you don't know the prices? I'm not working with you.
Yeah. You're an idiot. Why would I work with you?
It's like, look how long it's taken you to know the prices.
And
you still get it wrong.
Yeah. The clients I don't ever expect my clients to know what we do. All right. Even though most of them try and they've watched The Block or fucking ChatGPT.
The blocks are very realistic.
The Block is my source of inspiration and go-to for any sort of information
Isn't
I
that
need.
how you learn to become a builder?
That's why they signed me off
Yeah.
to get my license.
The guy from the
So
block. Whatever his name is.
Patrick Dempsey.
You're talking to the wrong guy. Man. Could be, couldn't be. I got no idea.
He's an actor. It's not him. Anyway. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Like they haven't gone through and discussed the options. Like you could have tiles that are $30 a meter. You could have tiles that are $400 a meter. So this is all going to determine what your budget's going to be.
What
But
finishes does he want?
didn't
Like,
give
let's
him
have
the
a
time of day.
conversation.
That's right. That was very dismissive.
And
type
that was
conversation.
not exaggerated.
Yeah.
The way I just showed you it happened. I've got
Yeah,
the
believe
record.
it.
Like it was so fast, man. But yeah, so if that's the position you're in and you need more work, I think you need to spend a little bit of time, get educated, understand, how we generate leads online. I do a whole bunch of YouTube videos about this, 10-minute clips, just educating, sharing the stuff that we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People, you should definitely check out Robbie's YouTube channel. There's a lot of marketing, educational content on there.
Yeah, I'm doing marketing systems, AI, sales.
Branding?
But
Not as
I
much?
think that falls under marketing. I think your marketing
I
efforts
agree.
equate to
I
branding.
agree.
Yeah.
It's just an element
It's like
of
it's not
marketing.
advertising. It's like advertising.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It kind of falls under the. That's
Yeah.
my
Interpretation?
Own, well, I like the way.
Yeah, I think so too. I think marketing and branding, I reckon, branding falls under the marketing umbrella.
Yeah,
For
it's
sure.
like
For sure. Because you can use your brand to market.
yeah, you can use your brand to market.
right.
Your brand grows from the advertising.
Yeah,
you do.
absolutely. I mean,
Your brand grows from
that's a
PR
great-
efforts.
That's a great idea.
You know what I mean? Like
not every ad you run necessarily has to be about getting a
direct response.
direct response. Yeah, you can do brand building advertising.
Yeah, you're just creating awareness. I just want people to see us and know who.
My Builder Elite page is a lot of it's organic, but there's also a fair component of that people follow us because of an ad that they've seen.
Yeah, well, you would spend significant dollars on
Yeah,
Builder Elite
absolutely.
stuff.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. There's been hundreds. Man, you sent me an email a while ago. Was it the first 100K? I think you did. It was like last year or the year before. It was a while ago.
Would have been.
Or
Way-
a text message. It was a long time ago. And you said, I'd be curious to see how many dollars we've spent on ads for Builder Elite. That'd be really interesting.
I'll give you the figure after this call.
Yeah, that's cool. I might even bring that up at the next event.
Yeah,
It could be an interesting thing. Like it might just be an eye opener for people and just go, I just want to be really honest with you guys about ads and how it works. And I go, if I add up how much money we've spent, and I'll say, this is the ad spend, this is the revenue generated from that ad spend. And then I go, I'll let you guys, has that got a fixed figure?
You zoom in and put the brightness up.
Well, I
You
don't know
are
which one.
blind.
I don't know. Oh,
You
wow.
are blind.
No,
just
I can see
FYI.
that. I can see that.
No, but like, yeah,
I can see that. Relax.
but you're blind.
But can I zoom? Can I pinch it? We'll have to screenshot. I'll
Screenshot it.
screenshot it and zoom in. Yeah. Okay. So just shy of $300,000
yeah,
that we spent on ads. That's almost, that's 2.5 years. How many years is that now?
that's just on events.
Yeah. And that's just ad spend. That doesn't include what I pay yourself. Doesn't include all the other things that come with it, venue hires and all that sort of shit too. But that's business expenses anyway. But yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's just on events.
And if I haven't calculated, but if I calculated the ROI on that, it's
But that's because you're tracking everything.
yeah, that's right. It's so much more than that.
Yeah. Fuck, you'd hope so.
I hope so. Fuck, cry myself to sleep if it's
Otherwise, you
less.
wouldn't have gotten this far.
And hey, like even what we're doing now, doing the podcast, that's an element of branding. It's an element of marketing. We've recorded ads before this podcast went out. We can even use snippets from it to use that in branding and use that in ads. It's a powerful thing. And if you're not doing it, you really got to, and you're in business, you really need to start investing in it.
Yeah, and if you're on the fence, I think you just got to start.
Yeah,
like
just
you're
start.
never
Just
gonna
start
feel
somewhere.
100% comfortable. with
Yeah,
it.
and look, a
It's
lot
like
of people
go and suck. Like go and suck it.
Just, you're okay.
Learn.
It's okay.
know
No,
what I mean?
you are always your harshest critic.
Go and learn.
That's what I find.
Yeah, go and learn.
I've never looked at some video and go, "Fuck, that guy's bad," on camera.
I do
Like
that
in the
every
sense of,
day.
but you're just you're a very judgmental person.
Every day,
You just-
I look for the bad people.
Yeah.
If you're about to record your first video, I will be watching.
he's gonna and laughing, and laughing. Might even post it, reshare it, and go check
But
out
like-
this joker.
Dude, okay. A good example of this, right? And we'll wrap up on this, is I've recently started MMA training
Yes.
and I am bad.
At
Don't
MMA.
come fight me at this point.
Not yet.
Do you know what I mean?
Give it a couple weeks.
Like you go and you see like a kid who's been training for 3 years
Yeah.
and he's like 17.
And he'll fuck you up.
He will fuck you up, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
17. Some 17-year-olds are quite like when you hit that 15-year-old mark, you got a bit of strength behind you.
He will fuck you up in a whole spot. Like the way they know how to technique and throw, and you're like, okay, like this is the period where I have to suck for a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Did
And
you
that's
go
okay.
there and go,
Yeah.
oh, no, I can't do this anymore?
Yeah, I could
now."
have said, nah, I'm not doing it. I'm
Yeah.
checking it. And I was like, no, it's all right. I'm gonna suck for a bit.
Mm.
I'm gonna bash him.
Yeah. You
Just
heard it
to
here.
let him know. Yeah,
You
I'm
heard it
gonna
here.
hit
The
him,
17-year-old?
hit him while he's walking out
Yeah, good.
from the side, so he doesn't
Yeah,
see me coming.
You got a low center of gravity. I'm
just-
sure you'll fuck him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just got to put him in his place and let
That's
him know. Until I get better.
Mm.
You can't do that with content, but you can start. You know what I mean? That was obviously a joke, but like, yeah, just go, man. Like, just give it a crack, and you're only going to get better. I heard, who was it? Someone say something about AI, and they're like, "This is the worst it's going to be. Like, it only gets better from here."
Mm.
Like, think about that. Like, there is literally, it's the same thing with content, dude. You're not going to get worse at making content. You're only going to get better. I'm not going to get worse at MMA. Imagine I do. I'm only going to get better. So I think just, if you're on the fence, get educated and just give it a crack. And the easiest way you can give it a crack is by starting just to make your own content.
Yeah, and what if everything works out? What if you land that amazing job?
What if you do suck? Yeah, what if you do
What if
start
you start
generating
winning
leads?
generating leads and
Yeah,
can
it's like people
predictably
contacting
say,
you.
if I spend this much money, I'm going to get this much ROI.
Yeah, and then
Then
you
it's just a
start to-
tap. Then you just go,
it's-
all right, well, let's turn the tap up, put
It's
more money
maths,
in,
yeah.
and get more money out. How good is that?
It's maths.
It's fucking 1 + 1 = 2.
7.
And that's why now, with a lot of the ads that we're running, is we've almost, it's a science. You can say, hey George, spend this much money, we'll get this many people in
Yeah,
the room.
we know those numbers.
We know them, and it's not like it's I hope. Now it's like, all right, we know, we've seen it. It's
Yeah, and
consistently been the
It's
case
been
each and
similar
every time.
every single time.
And it's like every time we tweak, like, okay, let's try this one now. Let's try this now. Yesterday you came in and you're like, hey, I'm going to change your landing page. And I'm like, good. He goes, sick. It's sick. And even Josh told me, he goes, how many builders you reckon you've helped over the years? And I'm like, whatever it was. I think 1,000.
he's like, he asked
Yeah.
me, he's like, what's the dollar figure?
Yeah, but then-
George?
but
I said,
then he's
1
like-
billion cash.
But then it made me think. And I said, okay, if I've had, say, 50 people come through my mentoring program, let's just say I've had that many. I can't remember. I don't know the exact amount, but say that. Each of them, have they added at least 2 million in revenue? At least 2 million in revenue since being with me. All right. And I would say yes. Okay, that's over $100 million then in revenue that I've contributed to all these people. And I'm like, that's fucking sick. And
That is-
also,
dude, that's so sick.
I reckon it would be more than that because there's some guys. I got one client from Build Relates building a $110 million apartment. All right. And it's like, fuck, like that's some sick shit.
I'm trying to find you this landing page so you can
Have you,
have a
has it
live
launched yet?
reaction. I've just got to review it and we're ready to launch. So it'll be
Yeah,
live
cool.
within a very short period, but I can't find it on my phone.
That's all right.
Unfortunately.
Show me next week. Show me next week where we can do the live reaction and get pumped.
But yeah,
And do push-ups.
long story short, it's a large amount of money that's been spent to make those things happen. And if you're on the edge, you don't have to start there. You can start at whatever you can make work and just start to understand it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Just look at it as the cost of learning when you first start. You're like, all right, I'm starting to understand these platforms, this industry, human behavior, a really big part no one fucking thinks about. Influence, sales, branding,
Yeah.
social media,
It's so
fucking
many
video
it's
production,
lots of-
content,
yes.
talking, how to talk on camera.
Fuck.
There's so much, yeah.
We should do an episode on that.
What?
On just how, but just how to present and how to talk, how to communicate. Like, there's so many elements. It's not just one thing. As you said, it's not a silver bullet.
It's not a
I'm just
silver
going to give
bullet.
Robbie money and then
Yeah,
he's going to
that's
make
it.
me so much more.
the amount of people that think it's that. they're like,
Yeah.
okay, so if I come to you, you're just gonna make me more. It's like, no.
No, like you
Like
got to.
we're gonna work alongside you. Yeah, there's a million other things. You have an involvement here.
Yeah, there is so much more. Like, if we've shown you the things that from the very first time we ran an ad for, say, Builder Elite to now what we're doing, it's fucking huge. Like, we're
Just go back
we're
to
always
episode
looking
one.
at- yeah.
Go back to episode one of this podcast.
Oh man, there you go.
Just go back to the start. You'll see it all.
Yeah.
You'll literally hear it.
Yeah, exactly right. How we spoke, how we interacted with each other. Now it's seamless. It flows. Everything works well. But what I was getting at the other day, I had a videographer at one of my events, and I said to him, listen, I'm going to run an ad. I go, just record it and give it to Robbie. He'll know what to do. You don't need to do anything. Just give him the raw footage. And he's like, yeah, sweet. So I did it. I came up. I go, blah 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 blah. And he goes, oh, is that it? I said, yeah. I said, oh fuck. He goes, that was just one take.
Yeah, look,
I'm
this,
like,
is,
all right.
this is one take in front of you.
Yeah.
This is take 1000.
Thank you. And then I go back and I go, cool, I'm going to do another iteration, except I'm going to do it this way. And he's like, yeah, sweet. I'm going to tell you, go, okay. Bum, 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 bum. Get here, click the link below. Let's fucking go. And he's like, oh. He goes, man, I'm used to people like umming and ahhing and, doing this and taking 43 shoots and all that sort of shit. I said, no. I go,
again.
was that? It definitely was that once upon a time where I didn't know what to do and didn't know what to say and how to go about things. But I got better. I trained. I actually went out and paid someone to teach me how to do these things. So it wasn't just a matter of me getting better over time by myself. I invested more money in my own personal development to then get better, to be able to speak on stage, in front of camera, on a fucking podcast.
I think the reps though as well.
It's huge. It's huge. There's no compression algorithm for experience.
Have you heard the pottery story?
I think I may have, but let's close with it.
I'm gonna fuck it up, but I'll try.
Sorry, paraphrase.
So there's two groups. Okay, two groups.
Two
Pottery classes.
I know exactly what you're going to say. Yeah.
And one pottery, like class A, is told that you have 7 days and you need to make the best possible vase you can. Group B is told you have 7 days and you need to make as many vases as you can. So Group B was told to do volume. Group A was told to do quality. Quality versus quantity. Guess who ended up with the better vase? Group B.
Yeah.
Why? Because they just did it more and they got better at it.
Yeah.
Whereas Group A was sitting there trying to perfect the thing, and we go, we're running out of time. We only got 4 days left, and you know what I mean. It's just sheer volume,
Yeah.
volume. Just doing the reps, doing the reps, doing the reps.
They made
doing
a
the reps.
simple fucking vase, just made it amazing.
Yeah, they just made it faster and faster and faster, and because they did it more and more and more and more, all of a sudden the basics they were so good at without even realizing it became. They become unconsciously competent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, such a good story. And man,
it's a great example.
I should probably use that at our next event, because so many people fret over perfection. Oh, no, let's do it again because, the light was shining on my face and I've got a bit of a bump here. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up.
The odds of a video making you or breaking you, like a single thing, are so small, so minute. Like luck would have to fall your way ridiculously for virality. And then the other concept is like you'd have to do something so bad, like you'd have to something so bad it's unspeakable for the video to destroy your whole like a single video. You'd have to talk about something that is very, against humanity.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd have to be really
detrimental,
really, really horrible.
Yeah.
No, and you could make a really bad video, like poor quality, blah blah blah, spoke shitly, stuttered, fell over halfway through the video.
Probably would laugh.
I would laugh, and that wouldn't destroy you. People would forget about that. People forget, but you got to start.
Yeah.
You got to start.
That's it.
Do the volume. Do the reps. Episode 129, 130, something like that. In the bank.
Let's count.
You want to talk about reps? There's some reps right there.
Damn straight.
I think it's 130. Maybe it's 129.
Every single week. Not one missed.
We're gonna crack 3 years without missing a week.
It's been 3 years.
It's coming up.
I'm going to throw up.
It's 20 weeks away.
So we'll hit it this year.
Yeah.
That's sick.
We'll enter year 4 of the podcast this year.
That's sick.
And then after that, we'll crack half a decade. Think about that. Anyway, on that note, go post something, tag George, tag me, tag the podcast, start your marketing journey because you're the only one who could start it. You know what I mean? It's not something, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I've got a silver bullet and come and buy my shit.
Oh, well, I was just about to say, if you've managed to stick around till this part, Robbie actually does have a silver bullet. So make sure you come in,
magic
give him a call,
It's cheap.
send him lots of money,
I guarantee everything. Yeah.
send
Cash.
him lots of money,
Cash.
and he has the silver bullet. I've been using it the whole time.
You've got to
Good
come
up
in
you guys.
with cash.
Yeah, it has to be cash.
Cash only.
Cash only.
Um,
We don't want to give any more money to the ATO
USD.
than we have to.
Yeah, it's got to be USD.
Yeah.
That's it. I've got nothing else to say.
Awesome.
Post some content.
Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. As always, subscribe to the podcast because we'd love to see you here every single week. We'd love to just be serenading your eardrums and
Is that what you're doing? Serenading people's eardrums.
Yeah, that's it.
The amount of people I've had come in here and listen to their voices.
Flip out.
Yeah, and they're like, "Wow, is this how it is?"
Now I can't have a normal conversation without these on. I feel upset.
Yeah, I'm going to wear them for the rest of the day and to dinner.
Boom. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, everyone.